back to Skippers, presented by Owner's Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, everyone's favorite Monday mailbag, answering your fantasy baseball questions. Avery, Yermin Roacher, Andrew Boyer. Once again, we got the man himself, T-Mac, asking the question. Jeremy, some opening notes.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Smash the like button. We'll try to behave this week. Obviously, last week
got away from us.
Last week got away from us, and we talked for, what was it, 7 minutes on Alek Manoah.
It could have gone long. It went longer as we did.
Yes.
We almost got in a real fight.
We were fighting before the episode and after the episode, so it was real. That wasn't just for show. And I see him on our questions list, so hopefully it's...
no, he's not in our...
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I snuck that one in there. So we probably won't fight this week, but it was definitely good. Well, no, we won't fight to that extent, but it was definitely a good argument. We love arguments here. It's good, solid arguments.
All right, Tyler, into the questions.
You've got mail.
We were here till well after 5 still arguing about Alek Manoah. All right, so a few on the same talk, a few different players. So we'll start with Juan Soto. People want to know what they should be doing with Juan Soto.
I think more of the question here is what is going on with Juan Soto, not what should you do with him. If you're thinking about doing anything with your top 3 pick in fantasy baseball, you're pretty much crazy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what are the options here? You trade him and the value you're going to get is not really worth it unless you're getting a top 5 fantasy player. So he did the same thing in 2019. He didn't have a good start, and then
shoulder injuries, dude.
Yeah,
I played through shoulder. I'm not fucking Juan Soto. I played through shoulder injuries. It's hard to hit through shoulder injuries.
Yeah,
it's not easy. It's just and he's been a lot of ground balls, which is kind of weird for him.
His average isn't that bad, and his on base percentage is nice, like it always is. But it's just producing those RBIs and stuff that isn't there right now, which I think they'll come. I have a couple shares of them, and I think the best option here is just to hold.
Definitely a trade target. If someone in your league is a little bit worried about Soto.
Yeah, I would.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, it's tough to.
Yeah.
It's tough to think that anyone's going to trade Juan Soto.
Yeah.
You have to be dumber than a box of rocks to trade fucking Juan Soto. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Any players available for the right price, right? And their price is probably pretty low right now.
That's very true, Drew. Very true.
All right. Next one.
We're all staying in the same vein. Yermin Mercedes.
I mean,
I think
for a guy that you got off the wire,
yeah,
he's already surpassed any type of value or any outlook you had for him, what you needed for him. I'm looking to probably trade, but if he's your catcher, you don't do anything with him.
Yeah, I'd be a hold.
It comes down to if they have catcher eligibility, if he's in your utility spot.
Yeah,
it really depends his value.
Yeah, they definitely missed the ball in selling high on him, which we probably could have got a lot.
Yeah, he was going crazy in the first. I said we did our week 1 awards, the only episode of awards, and I said it his value after the first week would be the highest it'll ever be. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was a little wrong by 2 or 3 weeks, but after that, that was just the easiest sell high you could ever pretty much come up with, in my opinion.
Would you rather have Yermin Mercedes or William Contreras?
Oh, that's a tough one.
William Contreras.
Yeah, probably
a lot more leagues too.
Yeah.
No, for pretty much no reason at all. I have William Contreras. I have a lot of William Contreras.
Yeah, who knows when the hell Travis d'Arnaud is coming back, and if you will even see playing time because he was terrible.
Yeah, he's actually put up pretty good numbers too, William Contreras.
Yeah.
He's been serviceable. All right, next guy.
There's a lot of fantasy relevant bats in Chicago too, I find.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts. As the guy who's not the fantasy baseball wizard of this group, I saw that he sat yesterday because of allergies. So what's going on with Mookie Betts?
I mean, I'm an allergy guy.
You are a big allergy guy. People forget that you're big on allergies.
I mean, they should just give him the shot. That's what you should be getting. But I don't know what type of meds he's taking, Claritin or what. But he should. If I were to suggest something, I would tell him he should just get the allergy shot.
Are you an allergy expert, Jerry?
Yeah, I've been dealing with pollen allergies my entire life.
I'm pretty sure it was pollen. I'm pretty sure.
It's a bitch to play with, It's not easy. I missed the practice once for those, but
it's like being allergic to grass. Dude.
Yeah,
that's terrible to be outside with a pollen.
It's not good. Your eyes water. You sneeze like a bitch. Everyone's like what's going on? Because your eyes are so red, and they're like, are you high? They'll ask you that. You're like, no, it's allergy. Everyone who has allergies, I find they're in a group. It's like, oh yeah, they understand if you know. So I understand what Mookie's going through here.
It's a club, the allergy club.
It's a club. So maybe this is why he's been sitting more often lately. This might be Like
this is an all-time injury if he's sitting because of allergies.
Yeah, this is a buy low situation because come July, these allergies are going to be gone. Right? So definitely a buy low for the allergy situation.
You should start an indoor baseball league.
I'll add him.
Mookie Betts to Toronto. No fucking issues there.
Yeah,
in the dome.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I don't know. He's been sitting more often. I guess T-Mac, you had some inside information there. It would make sense. Definitely would make sense.
He hasn't been as good as we thought he would be, but
he's a guy who would float out there and see what the trade offers are.
Yeah.
Who's worried about Mookie Betts though? Really?
Not really. I mean, he's been a streaky hitter.
Any top 2-round person that you didn't really reach for besides Luis Castillo, there's not really too worried about.
Yeah, like
are they going to give you 2nd-round value all the time? No, but at that point, they're still.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit of he was going like top 4, and like some people were picking him with the 2 pick, and I thought that was a little too high.
That we can say whatever we want.
Yeah,
like
same with Soto
at this point now, but he was the right pick kind of at that time.
Yeah, still
he's a top 5 for sure.
Yeah, still a long season.
All right.
So, I can always count on Jeremy for analysis on something that doesn't need analysis.
Yeah.
Little callback to the Super Bowl episode when Jeremy wanted no Gatorade shower.
Yeah, that was something I wanted. Did not happen, but
Did you bet on no Gatorade shower?
No, I wanted to.
You wanted to.
Unfortunately, there were no odds for that.
Okay. You can bring one former MLB player in his prime back for one fantasy baseball season. Who are you going with?
This was a great question.
We should do a pitcher and a hitter. And make you guys think on your toes because I got my 2 already.
Holy. Okay.
I'm going to go first. Barry Bonds is the best baseball player of all time. That might be a hot take for some, but it's really not. And then I'm going to go Randy Johnson.
Okay. I like the Robinson. We talked about Robinson Cano. I like prime Robinson Cano.
As a
second base
baseman.
eligibility. You get that.
We also talked about Alex Rodriguez as a shortstop.
Yes. A-Rod was something that we mentioned. Pitcher-wise, oh, man.
I'll do mine if you're not ready.
Yeah, you go with yours here.
For batters, I'd probably do Ken Griffey Jr. or maybe Sammy Sosa, early 2000s in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then pitcher, give me Greg Maddux.
Man, pitcher. I'm trying to think, like, guys like Scherzer in his prime were like, I mean, he tore up some fantasy seasons for sure.
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago. He's someone I would think about.
This is former MLB player.
So that wouldn't work.
You wish you could throw. You wish you could
Roger
throw Doc
Clemens,
in there.
maybe?
Yes, that's a good one. There we go. Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Throws heat.
Strikeouts. There we go. Let's get into some old guys for you. Roy Halladay, just because he's
Roy Halladay.
Well,
That's
you
actually a
wish,
really
but
good one.
Yeah.
he didn't get the.
the
How many
fact that
times
he's
did
a
the wins?
former MLB player.
Yeah.
How many 20-win seasons does Doc have? That's a good question. I don't know.
Ricky Romero in his prime.
Just a terrible.
That would just be a funny one.
He had 1
You know?
year. I think he was an all-star.
1 year.
Next question. T-Mac.
which players-
Actually, we want to hear your guys.
You got one?
No.
Really?
allowed.
You can have one. You know
Yeah, you
baseball.
know.
God.
Come on.
Who would
One
I?
player. One player.
God. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Christ.
Okay.
I would just throw Blue Jays at you. I don't know. I feel like
You would
I'm
like
Roberto Alomar?
Aaron Hill.
such a square when it comes to fantasy baseball. Damn it.
Get into the next one, T-Mac.
Which players should you probably give up on?
I got a couple pitchers for you here. Dinelson Lamet is someone I would be giving up on.
Yeah.
Still rostered in 80% of leagues, and he's a 2-inning reliever right now.
He started.
But
He's back to starting, but it's not good.
I would still give up on him.
he's
And then another guy that's super owned still is Frankie Montas, and he's just blowing up your ratios, so you can give up on him.
yeah. Those are good. I mean, Luis Castillo is obviously someone we got to talk about here, but
It's almost,
man,
it's,
like
it's
what
almost
is-
time to give up on
it's-
Alec Boehm, too.
Yeah, Alec
People want to
Boehm,
give up
yeah.
on Eugenio Suarez, and he's back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
3 home runs in 6 games, but still learning a new position in the major leagues. Well, not learning a new position, but playing a new position. Super underrated, tough thing to do.
Yeah, for
I don't know if
sure.
it's underrated for just the normal person, but you'll see a drop in stats pretty much every time
Yeah.
you go to a new position. Look at Keston Hira.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
Also,
in the
like,
first.
wasn't a good second baseman, but you put him at first base and everything's still spiraling downwards.
Yeah, that's another guy that if he has another bad week, I know he didn't hit that well, but you should probably give up on him.
Probably should give up on him.
Yeah.
I did do
It was
must-
worth. I do though agree with it. It was worth a shot. to see if he's back, but I think you give him a week and see what happens.
Yeah.
But Luis Castillo, like, what do you do? Like, this is such a tough situation. Do you drop a second round pick?
You can't. There's a lot of leagues where you just can't cut him, right? In our leagues, you can't cut Luis Castillo. Like, you legitimately can't drop him.
Yeah, they do the lock thing, but oh man, like I don't
he
even know.
14,
he's worth nothing.
He has
like trading.
14 fantasy points this year.
That's okay. And like he's playing the Cubs. It's just like a pretty good matchup for him. Like he should in theory like dice him up, but I don't know. I don't even know what I would do with him, to be honest. I think I would consider. I don't know. I guess you consider. It's a long season though. I guess you can afford.
They said if he has quality starts in like 18 of his next 20, which is more than 5 innings, less than 3 runs.
Yeah.
He would. I forget what I was about to say. He would have an ERA that was still like barely under 5. That's what it was.
That's crazy.
Like he'd finish the season with a terrible ERA.
Yeah, it'd be hard to give up on him, but I would understand if people gave up on him.
Yeah,
I'd be dropping him.
Okay, this is good from last week. We were talking about that punting of the saves category. Are there any bullpen arms that these kinds of people can look out for and maybe add to their teams and get back into it?
It's got to be like Michael Fulmer for me.
Yeah, he's one. Romano is another one that's. I looked the other day and he was like 53% rostered. I mean, he hasn't let in a run in his past 4 appearances.
He's looked really good. He's back to what he was doing last year.
He's thrown like 99 to 100. I mean, he should be added in every league format now because it looks like he's for sure the closer for this Blue Jays team, which is what everyone was expecting before the season. But just didn't happen.
We were patient though.
We were patient. Yeah, I didn't drop him.
No, I didn't.
I almost did. There was a time where he was terrible.
He was, and it was early.
Yeah.
It was tough to hold on to.
He came back from that injury and he was throwing like 94.
Yeah, that was about time where it was almost hit the panic button for Jordan Romano's
It's
season.
like, okay, this isn't good.
I'll go with TJ Antone. He's not getting consistent saves or wins in the Cincinnati bullpen, but he's their best pitcher. So
that is a fact. I'd agree with that.
So if he moves to starter, you're getting wins. If he moves to closer, you're getting saves.
Yeah, it was like good. Lucas Sims too.
Yeah, Lucas Sims was mentioned.
What they're doing in Cincinnati with how they're handling that bullpen, I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
it's tough for us to. I agree. Anton's definitely their best guy. Best stuff, no doubt. They were talking about him being a starter at the start of the year.
Yeah, and he kind of just missed that, and now he's getting like every other save opportunity. So
just
maybe it works its way out. Either way, in the meantime, it gets you ratios.
Yep.
Who's the guy? The boys in the court say Genesis Cabrera.
Yep, they were talking about him.
So shout out to the Cord boys.
Shout out to the Cord.
Always get them going. T-Mac, next question. I see the question. God damn it.
Guys, I got my guy that I'd
bring
back.
Really?
Troy Tulowitzki.
Nice, T-Mac.
Nice. That's a good one.
There we go.
Pride Troy Tulowitzki.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Shortstop eligibility, baby.
Love that.
Deepest position now.
Alek Manoah, 6 scoreless innings. What do we notice other than the fact that stuff plays in the majors?
Pure confidence is what I noticed.
Yeah, does that look like a guy who should be in AAA? Nope. Not at all. For a guy, he had 2 walks, which is something you work with. One of them being the first ever hitter. So that's pretty much a wash.
Yeah, it's just up to nerves right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Harnessing them. Also, the 5th pitch of that game is the turning point of the whole thing because that gets called a ball as it was a ball. He's fucked. Like that was a terrible start to the game.
That would be a terrible start.
But his misses, he had a lot of misses over the heart of the plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did notice that.
Which is also something. As young, you're not all locked in totally. A little bit of nerves there. He'll figure that out.
Yeah.
You're not going to be successful if your misses are over the middle, and not very 0-2 pitches that weren't very competitive. That was kind of something. If I have to nitpick, if I really need to get down to it, it's the 0-2 non-competitive pitches near the zone.
That's a great point.
Yeah, we did notice that. Avery and I were talking about that. I mean, he looked great. I mean, I'll say it. He looked great. It looks like that he should be throwing against the Marlins,
which is way better than the Astros.
It'll be interesting how people do with. This is how rookies should be performing in their first start because there's not really much tape on them.
Yeah.
You do notice that, but it was kind of weird that Logan Gilbert, Daniel Lynch, they've been bad. It's they don't even know who these guys are coming up. So all
you have to do is throw goddamn strikes and you got a chance.
So it'll be interesting how he does. He should do well against the Marlins, but Marlins are a sneaky team. So, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's a great matchup for him. I think Dan Schulman tweeted and said that his next matchups would be if he pitches against the Marlins, which it's kind of been all over the place if he's going to throw against the Astros. It would be Marlins, Red Sox, White Sox, and then it's Baltimore, Baltimore, Seattle, Baltimore.
I love that. I love that.
Jeremy went from he shouldn't get all these innings in the majors to you just project him like
he still hasn't moved, but that's what he was just saying. Someone else's tweet. I'm not.
Yeah,
you don't need to put words in your mouth there.
No, and that was even Dan Schulman saying if he stays up. So I don't know what the big plan is for the Jays because obviously Nate Pearson is not ready to come up.
No. You need. I'd be fine if he gets hit around in one of those starts sometime.
We almost need him to get hit around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, get some...
Take your lumps.
How many people was anyone on third base the entire time he pitched? I don't think there was.
I don't know, but there's only 2 hard hit balls.
Yeah, so I don't think there was anyone. No. So, great outing by him, though. So,
if you're taking one of those Red Sox, White Sox start, you're hoping he gives up. You're not hoping,
but
you're thinking he gives up 4 runs.
He needs to face some adversity here.
Yeah.
Which
it's good. Like for a young guy, you need that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Next one, T-Mac.
Okay, a few trade offers to kind of go back and forth on. Tatis for Soto. Who would win that trade? Let's say
feels like Tatis wins that trade.
Yeah, I'd say this was in the Discord.
They're both kind of hurt. They're kind of sneaky hurt. Both.
Yeah, Tatis has been great.
He's
coming
figured
back.
it out. I have no idea how he's done it, dude. He's separated his shoulder like 3 times since the start of this season.
Yeah. I guess
I also had another one. Someone asked Tatis for Vlad Guerrero.
Ooh.
I'd say Tatis.
Yeah.
I would say Tatis too, but he was a Blue Jays fan. I was like, hey, dude, it's pretty close. At that point, it's whoever you want to cheer for.
It depends on who you have at first base. If you don't really have a good first base, I might take it.
Yeah, he was just a Blue Jays fan. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm good with it. I want Vlad on my team.
It's good that we're thinking.
Then I can't help you. Like, you know what you want. Like, you just needed someone else to say okay for you.
That is a good one. Like, Vlad's now a first round pick next year, probably top.
Yeah, I think
maybe even runs into top 5.
Next one, T-Mac.
I think about this comparing to football and like the running back position. Do people really make trades like this, like Bichette and Altuve for Bieber? Like, are we doing 2 hitters for a pitcher? Like, what team is willing to dump off their top arm for 2 hitters?
Bieber's not been great though.
Yeah, it's tough with the problem is also like if you don't really have a guy to drop, and then it's like, why not just include that guy?
This isn't like a traditional fantasy baseball trade.
Like, I don't know who's taking this trade, but
I mean, which side would you be on?
I take Bichette's side.
I mean, I think it just all depends on what your team looks like, right?
It is definitely roster compensate. Like, how's it composed?
I mean, Altuve is great for the second base position, just something that's up there. But Shane Bieber's obviously can be in his own tier for.
He's about to go
pitching.
off. He's about to get hot for these next couple starts. He's had a couple more walks than usual in his past starts, but I think coming up, Shane Bieber's about to go off.
Yeah.
What side would I like to be on? Probably the Bichette side, but I don't know. You could just do Bichette for almost Bieber at this point.
That's why I'm saying take the Bichette side with Altuve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. I like Shane Bieber. He's top 3 pitcher. He was drafted as a top 3 pitcher.
I would take Shane Bieber over Bichette.
Yeah,
straight up.
I think I'm trying to go that side. All right, next one.
I don't think this one's tough, but Story for Seager. Like, I'd be on Seager, right?
I'm probably on Story.
Yeah, this is tough. So Seager's hurt. He's coming back.
Yeah.
True, but you got to think about he has so many more opportunities at a hitter-friendly park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seager.
Yeah.
Seager hasn't been very good.
Yeah. Both hurt now, too.
Everyone had these high expectations for him.
I thought he was going to win MVP.
Yeah. Because of that playoffs he had. He hasn't really been living up.
He had a great spring, too.
Yes, he did.
I'd stick with Seager here over Story.
Yeah.
The only thing with Story is that maybe he gets traded in June.
Yeah, that only diminishes.
They're saying
it
hurts.
I would say that would help his value.
I don't know if it hurts
help his value.
We go to a better lineup.
Better lineup with more counting stats.
He's leaving Colorado.
Yeah. That was like,
But he hasn't been hitting well in Coors Field this year.
That's fine. I'm on Trevor's Story. I'd probably go rest of the season. It's pretty close.
This just depends on who you want, and I think I would keep.
Yeah, like
Trevor
this isn't
Story.
a real trade that's happening. Probably.
Yeah. Well, it would be something someone
shortstop
could
for shortstop. Yeah.
You could have that trade and both guys feel like they won, right?
Yeah, I feel like it just depends on who you want here.
It's pretty. At this
I
point,
think it's pretty
fair.
even.
Yeah.
The story hasn't been very good. And Corey Seager's been decent. I believe on Owner's Box, Corey Seager's like season average is higher than Story. Story's like the 8th shortstop right now. So
Yeah.
That's all the questions, T-Mac?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get into reconstructing some rosters. All right, we're back. Time to reconstruct this roster. We get an email. Who was it from, Jer?
Ben,
shout out to Ben. He goes, hey, before I get into a team, I want to say thanks for I love all the content. Keep up the great work. Love that. Great way to start your email if you're going to say that. Can't wait till the channel blows up. Also another great thing to say. That was awesome, Ben. Here's a situation. 10 teams, categories league, 9 pitchers, 9 hitters, 2 IL slots, and a few bench spots. His team, at catcher, Buster Posey, William Contreras. First base, he has Freddie Freeman, Jose Abreu. Second base, he has Chisholm, Lourdes Gurriel. Shortstop, Lindor. Then he has Yuli Gurriel at third base, Juan Soto, Kyle Tucker, Adolis Garcia, Jordan Alvarez. He says, just to let you know, I usually play Abreu in the utility spot, and Alvarez is riding his bench right now. Pitchers, he goes Walker Buehler, Zach Wheeler, Lance McCullers, Christian Javier, Kyle Hendricks, Mark Melanson, Kenley Jansen, Ian Kennedy, Razel Iglesias, and Jordan Montgomery.
Wow.
So he says he's currently 5th out of 10. He doesn't know kind of where he should go from here. When I get into it, right now, the hitters look great. The pitcher doesn't look so good.
Relief pitchers are pretty good.
Yeah, 10-team league.
Didn't he have 4 relievers there?
Yeah, 4 relievers.
Yeah.
That rotation is not winning this league.
No.
He won't win this league with this rotation.
Not at all. Well, he's
Must
in
be a
5th
daily
place.
league with that many reliever spots.
Yeah.
Well,
I was thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can construct your league however you want, so maybe that's just how his team does it. But that's a bitch to deal with that many roster spot or that many reliever spots.
Sucks that Lindor was probably his early round pick there. Probably first round pick.
No.
Him and Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman.
Probably like the
Walker might have
Freeman, Lindor, then Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
So Freeman kind of struggled to start the year, and Lindor's still struggling. So that's probably why he's in 5th, along with not having
Soto.
a second.
Soto's not.
So I try. First thoughts, I try and turn Jazz
Soto.
Chisholm into a. Oh yeah, Juan Soto. I don't know how we saw that. It's 10 team. That's why.
I don't think Jazz Chisholm will get you a good pitcher though.
Okay, he'll get you better than what you're dealing with.
He needs to trade Freddie Freeman or Jose
Freddie
Abreu.
Freeman for a pitcher.
Jose Abreu, I'm fine with moving.
Yeah.
I need to keep.
You're not going to get
Freddie.
as much as you would for Freeman though.
It's true, but Jose Abreu is not a guy
I'd probably go
That's true.
Jose Abreu, Buster Posey, get like a solid position player, and then get a really good
arm.
Like
Who's an arm
Yeah,
he should
that's
target?
exactly
If
what
I could chime in, if he had a season from Lindor that we all expected, Freeman would be easily a guy he could trade for a pitcher, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're struggling here. Yuli Gurriel is.
He's another guy that you could trade. He's kind of cooling off.
Yeah. Well, he is back to what? Another guy's like Adolis Garcia is
Yeah.
someone you could get like.
Yeah.
If he has Jordan Alvarez, Alvarez probably can't play outfield in this.
I'd still high on Posey and Garcia for sure.
But Gurriel could definitely take an outfield spot here.
Yeah.
I'm a Lourdes Gurriel guy, so that might just be biased. But
Mm-hmm.
we need help with these starters so bad.
Yeah.
Kyle Hendricks finally figured it out.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
Wheeler's pitching great, which is good.
Kyle
If Wheeler wasn't pitching well, he'd be in real
Yeah.
Guys,
real
it's
big
not
trouble.
that bad.
No,
It's a 10-team league. It's pretty bad.
For a 10 team, it's pretty bad.
He doesn't have another great pitcher.
But I guess Javier is kind of the weak spot in the rotation.
well, he's
right?
also not in the rotation anymore.
Yeah, so he's got to get but McCullers, Wheeler, Buehler, and Hendricks aren't horrible.
And McCullers is also on the IL.
Yeah, McCullers.
What about
McCullers doesn't
Gosman?
scream.
Is that someone you could look to add?
I would look to add Gosman, but I don't know if he's going to be the Cy Young, possibly. That's how
He's
good.
looks
Not a well-known
incredible.
name though. You could definitely
True,
go.
Yeah,
but
that's
if you
more I
look
think
up,
about.
what is he, like 8-0 right now?
So you could trade Posey and Abreu for.
Yeah, you could get Gosman.
Yeah, we'll see. That is a good. It's obviously
It's a good
lovely
target to go
target that
after.
you'd like to have, but who knows if anyone's parting ways with a guy with numbers.
You're
that-
also buying ridiculously high.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you are buying high.
So definitely some pitchers we need to look. Walker Buehler, he's just been solid all year. Kinda.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's pretty
He
much
needs
lived up to
another
his-
Walker in this lineup.
Yeah, so send us some wire guys that you could be streaming in
Yeah.
a 10-team league. Like you say Kikuchi's a guy I love that you could be picking up here. I mean, hopefully Alek Manoah is gone off your wire. That's a guy that you could look to be adding.
Yeah.
Maybe
Jack-
Kyle Gibson.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. He just needs an upgrade here.
Yeah, there's in a 10-team league, you definitely have guys on the wire that are
Yeah.
doing just as well. Like Dylan Cease if he's available too.
Yeah.
So there's some things to do with this I like these relievers. Melanson, ton of saves so far. Iglesias just got his 9th save. Ian Kennedy, been a revelation so far in the bullpen. Ian Kennedy, do you remember how bad Ian Kennedy was?
Yeah, he was bad.
God,
bad.
Another reason the waiver wire might be good is there doesn't seem to be a deep bench in this roster. Like, he only has
there's not many bench spots.
And bench down here, so 4 total bench spots.
He can afford to package up a couple of his position players to get a really good pitcher here.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I would say Buster Posey and then one of the first basemen and try and get a pitcher.
Yeah, I think so, too. A pitcher, and then you could get like a solid position player in return, so it's a 2 for 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mind that at all. There's definitely guys on your wire that can help this team be better. Especially at the starting pitcher position. Any more notes from anyone?
Who do you think that he should not trade? I think that off limits is Soto.
Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
I think Lourdes Gurriel's off limits. I just love him.
Bueller, Wheeler, and Tucker.
I think Yordan Alvarez should be off limits.
Pitcher wise, I'm keeping Walker and I'm keeping Wheeler, and then anyone else is
Kyle Hendricks. I think you should keep Kyle Hendricks. He's about to have Kyle Hendricks second half of the season. With that.
So keep those 3, and then the other.
Kyle Hendricks just needed to get used to the new baseball. Is a tweet I saw, and I do not disagree with that at all. He's just the mad scientist, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's
does his thing. All right. Anything more?
Nope.
This is a decent roster. Subscribe, like. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next time.